Hi everyone, Quill Fan here again. This is going to be another kind of do-it-yourself video, and this time it's on how I make my bags for my tarot decks. As you can see, I have quite a lot of decks here that need to be taken care of. Yes, I know I'm a bit behind, but that's just how life works sometimes. Just similar to my silk painting video, I want to just do a smart section on how to get inspired for making the bags, and just so maybe it helps you if you are in need of some inspiration on making your own bags for your decks. I don't know if I am going to split this video up in two, but we'll see just how long this will take. Okay, as I said, these are the decks that I need to make bags for. I already said that in a previous video that I'm probably going to keep the Osho Zen Tarot in its silk cloth because I really like how this one works out. So I'm going to put this to the side. Yay, one less. Okay, so it's the 4 decks. I have the Louis Lescott here, the Lion Strider Tarot. This is my new deck of the Bastard, and this one is the Sun and Moon Tarot. I like to go with, well, my kind of perception of a deck in order to think of what bag I want to make. So let's put these to the side just for a bit. The Louis Lescott Tarot, as I already said, the overall perception of this deck, just color-wise, is very dark, and there are a lot of purple tones, and that's why I chose to make the silk cloth like that. So I wanted to kind of go similar with the bag for this deck, and I just found downstairs I just have a couple of cloths just laying around that I used for some medieval clothing that I've sewn, well, like a decade ago. So I kind of go back to these cloths. I'm not buying anything new for the decks. So I found this little part here, just a nice purple color, and I found this gorgeous. I mean, I have to kind of clean it up, and I have to iron it before I can sew it. But this gorgeous wool downstairs, it's so gorgeous, and I knew right from the start that I wanted to use this cloth for the Louis Lescott Tarot. So this will be the outside, this will be the kind of inlay, so it'll look like this together, and this is going to be just like just one of my usual bags, like with the Sacred Circle Tarot. So just very standard. And I'm going to show you just how I make the pattern for that. But I will do that in a minute. Okay, putting this to the side. I have to clean this up here. So next one is the Lion Strider Tarot. And I got the feel with this deck that it needs to breathe in a way. So it has to be, the bag for it should be light colors, pretty, no heavy color, no heavy fabric, something like that, because I think it's so, in a way, it's delicate. So I came up initially I came up with this fabric and this one to go inside, but then just by kind of roaming around, I found this old scarf of mine that I'm never ever using. And just how gorgeous is that? So I'm probably just going to kind of wrap it in. Just a bit like this. Of course I have to sew it still, but I'm not only going to wrap it. Just somewhat like this, and maybe secure it with, oh, where did I put it? Oh, I made these kind of bracelets a lot of years ago again. So maybe I'll just secure it with something like that. Just instead of really sewing a bag just from scratch. Oh, it's hard to do some things on camera, honestly. Okay, something like that. And I really think, of course I have to cut this and I have to make a seam down here. But just how gorgeous is that? I think this is so much better than the initial thought. So I'm probably just going to take this scarf. So sometimes it's just fabrics you have lying around. It's some scarves, it's some cloths, whatever it is. Just take it as inspiration for you. So this is what I'm going to use for the Line Strider Tarot. I then have the Deck of the Bastard, and I have two options for this one. And I'm not quite sure what I'm going to use. I'm not going to sew a bag for this deck. Because I feel like it has to be wrapped. It has to be wrapped up. And so I found this cloth that it's a leftover of another dress that I made, and I dyed this in kind of in a very messy way, in like brownish colors, like lighter brown and darker brown. So it's all messed up, and I really like this for the Deck of the Bastard. So I'm probably just going to wrap this one in like this. And again, I made this kind of bracelet several years ago. I have to finish it still, so this is why I have this kind of leftover. I just glued this here, and I have to wait until the glue is dry so I can cut it off. But then I'm left with this bracelet here, and I'm just going to kind of close it like this. This is one option. The other option is another cloth I found just a couple seconds ago, which is this one here. Usually it's something you wear on maybe your bathing suit or something like that. But I thought maybe this would be a great idea to just wrap the Deck of a Bastard in. And it would be very messy again. I'm not going to think about what I'm doing right here, but it's very messy again. But I like these things, Fransen in German, but I don't know the English word for it. So this is another option. Okay, I would be a bit more thorough because right now it's just coming off again. But I think this would be a great option as well. So I'm a bit torn right now because usually I like to pick like natural fabrics, so like cotton, wool, linen, stuff like that. But this is like 100% plastic. So I'm not quite sure if I want to use it. If I really want to use it, so probably I'm going to stick with the brown cloth I showed you in the beginning. I'm not too sure. Maybe I'll kind of switch. I don't know. We'll see. And the last one is the Sun and Moon Tarot. And with this one, I had a bit of a struggle, I have to say, because I had some colors downstairs that I could use with this deck to make a bag, but then again I thought it's so it's such a clear deck. It's so it's in a way it's simplistic, just in regards of the images, and it's quite modern looking. So I thought maybe I need something modern for this deck. So what I came up with, and I really like this idea, I have to say, I found this very old jeans of mine, like really old and it's torn. So I really don't know why I kept it. Probably I thought I could repair it. But now I'm not going to do that because just look at this. This is one of the back pockets. And look at this. Isn't this gorgeous? So I'm going to cut this out. Maybe make a little flap for it. I don't know. And then I'll keep it in jeans. I mean, that's modern, I think. At least for a tarot deck. So that's just a little kind of excursion. I don't know. Just a little trail on how to get inspired again. Because there's nothing you can't choose. Just go with your feelings and kind of go over borders at some point, because initially I wouldn't have thought of jeans with the Sun and Moon Tarot, but now I really like the idea. So I'm gonna stop now because I have to prepare a couple things, and then I'll be back with really sewing the back for the Ludi Lescott Tarot. Okay. All right, I've actually decided to split this video up. We have a little guest here. This is Izzy, my little girl. As I said, I've decided to split this video up just because I think it would be way too long if I just put it all in one video. So I'm just going to show you the finished results of some of my bags that I've already made. And I'm going to show you the sewing process with the Ludi Lescott Tarot bag in a different video. Okay, just to show it again, here's the... Izzy, you have to go just a tad bit to the side, please. This is the Druidcraft. Oh my goodness, the deck of the bastard. And I've just wrapped it in the cloth with the fringes, just for the time being. I don't know. Maybe I'll change this one up again with the other cloth that I have, or if I come across a cloth that's really vintage looking, maybe kind of see-through at some parts and well washed out, then I might actually just change to that, but I've not come across that, so I have to keep my eyes open. Here's the finished bag for my Line Strider Tarot, and I just did as I said, so I just made a bag out of my scarf. I've left the flap open, so there's no seam here. I did a hem down there, and I think it really looks like flowing and nice, so I really like the effect. I have to say, sewing this material was a pain in the... Whoopsie. It was an annoyance, and so I got really impatient at the end, so that's why I decided that it would be all right to have hems that you can see, whereas usually I would sew bags so you can't see any seams or any hems. So, but okay. As I said, I really got kind of frustrated and impatient at some point, so I really thought it would be all right if it looked like that. And then I'm closing it with just this little bracelet, as I've already shown you. Can you see that there are some little beans or pearls up here? I really think that's kind of cute. Okay, for the Oshozen, I just took this little ribbon here and put it around it, and I didn't even bother to hem the ribbon, just because I thought it might actually look quite nice if it kind of fringes out, and this would go well with the overall fiery theme of the cloth. I don't know, maybe I'm going to seam it at some point. I do have enough cloth left, so I could do another ribbon, so I'm not too sure. For now, this will do. Just in case you wondered, I've decided to not make a bag for my fountain tarot at this point, just because I think the packaging is so nice and so neat, and it's so well usable, that I really don't feel it to be necessary to make a bag, because I'd like to keep it in its box. I am not too sure about the silk right now, because I don't know if it would fit in, because the deck is quite snuggly. I don't know. It's quite tight in the actual box. So I don't know if there's room enough here for a silk cloth to go around it. So I'm not too sure about that. And for the Sun and Moon Tarot, this is the result for that. And I really like how this one came out. I really love it. I found these little two flowers to put on. And I know the button is just a tad bit off center. That's because I put on the flowers before I decided that I would like something to secure the deck in the bag. So it's not like I wanted to close the bag, so it doesn't have to be like, I didn't need a flap. I decided I wanted to be able to see the cloth and just see that there's something in this bag. And but I wanted it, and I didn't want it to fall out. So that's why I had to put something here on top, and I needed a button for that. And it's a jeans button, as you can tell. I really like how this one came out. I think it's really cute. So that's it for now. As I said, I'm going to do the actual sewing process on another video. So I'm going to link to that video in the description box, and somewhere around here, I think, should be the eye in the sky. So I'm going to link to this other video here in this video as well. And that's it. I wish you all the best, and have a very nice day. Bye.